Hi, my name is Hannah. I'm a solo mom to two, and I am here to share with you guys some of the strategies, tips, and tricks, and just random stuff that I did. I don't want to say bad words, but random shit that I did to basically help me pay off $48,059.59. The first thing I actually did was I calculated my total debt. I added up all of the debt that I owed across different accounts, all my lines of credits, my Visa, debit, like MasterCards, how much I still had left on my vehicle that I was financing, and student loans. Number two, I tracked every expense. Sorry, my notes are right here, so that's why I'm looking down. Even the smallest purchases went into the tracker. Like everything went in there. Number three, I created a realistic budget. Every dollar had a job. And then number four, from every dollar had a job, that came from the Ramsey show. I immersed myself with debt-free content. I was obsessed with the Ramsey show. I mean, man, I woke up in the morning listening to the show. I love people calling in, it just kept me motivated. Number five, I ran my house like a business. I'm an analyst, and I've worn several hats. So I started to look at my home like a business, analyzing costs, planning my year in advance, and then breaking it down into periods or quarters, and then reviewing it. Always looking for margin. The more margin that I had, the more I can throw at my debt. Okay, number six, I used velocity banking strategy. I will go more into detail about this, but this kind of just like clicked in me one day. I guess I was kind of doing that before when I was deep in debt, but I leveraged that to basically keep myself out of going into overdraft and paying those overdraft fees. Number seven, I set up sinking funds. Okay, so I saved in advance for like expenses that I know that are happening every single year. Like birthdays, Christmas, and even things that I want to do that even though during my journey was like, why are you doing that? No, I wanted to still have a photo shoot. Number eight, I sold almost everything. Okay, I had so much stuff. I sold a bunch of stuff. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace and even Carrot, which is like an app that's in Ontario. I don't know if this app is available in other places, but that's another app that I utilize as well, which is a more local app. Number nine, I asked for a raise. Yes, I increased my income by negotiating for a better pay. I obviously offered more value. I usually get like an inflationary raise every year, but not an actual raise that I was used to getting at my other jobs. I asked for a raise. I came with them with a proposal that they couldn't refuse, and I got a raise. I use the law of attraction to manifest some money. I'm a big believer in the law of attraction. It was kind of challenging to be in that mindset because at some points I was in the very lack mentality, and you can't kind of manifest when you're in a lack mentality. Number 11, I said no to a lot of social events, particularly to my friends' kids' birthday parties. My friend, she lives in another city, and I was just like putting my head down working just to pay off the debt. Number 12, I meal prepped. I am a prepper. Started ingredient meal prepping. Because I'm a household of three, just me, my 10-year-old, and my 2-year-old, I wasn't thinking that I should buy big bulk bags of like produce. but now I do. I buy onions, big bags of onions, big bags of garlic. If it's a big bag of tomatoes, I buy them, I chop them up and put them in the freezer. That saves me money, that cuts down my budget, and also my cooking time in like I can cook a whole meal in like less than an hour. Like, it's crazy because I don't have to cut anything. I just literally dump it in and cook it. I fasted. So I was overweight because I just had my son at the time. He was like over a year old, and I was having a hard time losing the weight. I've always been somebody that's fit. I was not new to intermittent fasting, but during this time I was focused. I wanted to save money on my groceries, so I'm like, let me just fast. So I didn't eat. I would just go to work, I'll drink the free coffee and then come home and eat my dinner that I've already previously meal prepped. So during this journey, because I was fasting and being on a debt-free journey, I have lost also over, I would say, about 45 pounds. Number 15, I canceled my gym membership because as a solo mom, I don't have an opportunity to always go to the gym, but I work it at home. You know, during 2020, you know, with the, I had built my own gym. So I have a barbell, I have plates, I have a bunch of dumbbells, I have even like a treadmill, but I'm a jump rope person. So I don't have a reason to not work out with my gym at home, but I'm also saving money not having to pay a gym membership. Number 16, I shopped around for cheaper insurance and switched out my phone provider. I was with Rogers because at the time I was financing a phone. I used some of that money that I got from selling a bunch of stuff to pay off what I owed, so that it was also a part of my debt. I paid that off, and then I switched from Rogers and I went with Chatter. I only pay $160 for the whole year. It's pretty much the same freaking service. The only difference is I don't get that much data. But the data, you don't need it. I'm home. I already pay for Wi-Fi. I'm at work. There's Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi everywhere. Don't let them get you guys with the data. You don't need it. Okay? Don't think about being loyal to these guys. They're businessmen. They don't care. Move on. Go somewhere else. Save your money. Like, literally, I went from $101 a month to $160 for the whole year. Number 17, don't be scared to return things you're not completely happy with. Okay? Back in the day, I would have bought, like, for instance, I bought, I want to buy a Vitamix. That's one of my, a fund that I have set up. But I saw there was like a Ninja 900 something for like 99 bucks at Walmart. I'm like, ooh, let me try that. I bought it. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I'm like, I'm not going to keep this thing. I'm going to just wait until I have enough money to buy my Vitamix. So I returned it. I used it. She asked me, why are you returning it? I said, because I don't like it. It's not doing what I thought it was going to do. And she said, okay. She took it back. I mean, literally, it's not her. She just works there. Like, I used to feel like I'm offending somebody, like I was doing something wrong by returning things. They just literally just ask the question because they have to ask the question. You know, when you work, I worked retail jobs. There's a checklist that you have to ask. I did it. She took it back. Another thing that I did was for that photo shoot, I bought some clothes for me and my daughter. My son has a bunch of clothes because it was just his birthday had just passed and he had a bunch of clothes. But I bought some clothes for me and my daughter that it was too fancy for her. And for me, I wasn't planning to wear that because I was in the middle of my fat loss journey. I'm like, why am I buying this? Anyways, I bought it on the Friday. The photo shoot was on the Sunday. And I returned it back to Marshall's or Winners, whichever one, on the Monday. Man, that's my foot in my... It sounds kind of shameful, but you know what? I saved between that and the Vitamix, and the Ninja, like over $200. Every dollar counts. It sounds small, but went towards paying off that big number. Number 18, I applied for government programs. I thought maybe I made too much money, so I was like, no, I applied and I got it because I'm a solo mom, and for a household of 3, I was able to be eligible for that program. I haven't paid an electricity bill in over a year because, first of all, I don't use that much electricity, and because of that program. Number 19, I used my RRSP and TFSA. So I strategically withdrew savings from them to knock down my debt. I know I took a huge penalty in tax, but my mindset, as in the Ramsey, I was in gazelle intense. I just wanted to get the hell out of debt. Number 20, I decluttered my home. That basically, it puts you in a mindset. You basically have only things that you need. You don't, it's not minimalism, because I don't know if you can see in the background, I have a bunch of stuff. It's not minimal, but there used to be just a bunch of stuff. So I decluttered, and then when I do go out with my kids and to, like, say, the aquarium, we don't buy stuff from the gift shop. I explain to them it's about just being here. You don't need more stuff, okay? That mindset of just having things that you need and you actually value the experience more, has also contributed to me not spending mindlessly, and also to foster that to my children. We'll see how that goes, but yeah. Number 21. It kind of goes with the decluttering, but I used to have a lot of product in my bathroom. My son would have his own soap, my daughter would have her own soap, and I would have my own soap. Same with the toothpastes. So what I do now, for the soap especially, we buy the soap that for the person that has the most sensitive skin requirements, which would be my son. So me and my daughter and my son, we all use Aveeno Sensitive Baby Wash. And I DIY body butter. So we all use a body butter that I make from, like, shea butter, coconut oil, all natural stuff. All natural stuff. Borrow instead of buying. I asked my family for things before I even thought about buying. Like, for instance, I'm trying to switch out the hardware in my kitchen. I asked my brother if he only had like a little, like this, like a head for my screwdriver. Instead, he brought me his whole power tool set. Damn. I'm like, how come I never asked before? I was gonna buy my why do I need a whole set for? I don't need it. I can just borrow it. It's not like I'm a builder. And my sister's husband is a builder. I'm sure he has a whole bunch of tools. So I'm just gonna ask to borrow power tools when I need it instead of buying my own set. I don't want to store that. It's more clutter, more stuff I don't need. Another thing is, I asked for my garden, I needed some tomato stalks. I asked my sister, I'm like, hey, do you have tomato stalks? She's like, yeah. I went and looked in her shed, and she had brand new stalks that was not even used. She gave it to me. To think, you could just ask, and you shall receive from your family and friends. 23. Embrace being the cheap one in your family or amongst your friend group. I host Christmas every year. I host game nights. Everybody knows Hannah doesn't have paper towel. I have paper towel, but I hide it somewhere. Paper towel is only used for special occasions. Maybe you can even use toilet paper for those special occasions, but everything else, I have a cloth for it. Okay? They all know I'm cheap. Nobody's expecting Hannah to pay for anything, so embrace it. Nobody cares. Get over it. Be cheap. You're a cheapskate. Embrace it and don't. Who cares? I'm debt free. Okay, I am debt free. I'd rather be debt free than be a spender or whatever. The opposite of cheapskate is whatever. Number 24. I washed my clothes by hand. I live in a building that does not use those carts. Instead, we use loonies and quarters. I don't know why, for the life of me, I never thought about going to the bank to withdraw rolls of quarters and loonies. I do this now, but like in the winter time, Ontario winter time, I wasn't thinking like that. I used to go around with my $20 bills into random little freaking laundromats to insert it into the coin machine and take out change as if I was like stealing money. That's how I felt. So at one point in the winter, I was like, I don't want to go out. I'm not doing that. So you know what I did? I used my bathtub and I washed my clothes for about 3 months. I mean, I still hang my clothes up to, now I don't. I wash my clothes in the washer, but I hang my clothes to dry. They're better for your clothes anyway. Number 25, I bake my own bread and pizza, but it's actually cheaper for you. It's cheaper and better for you. I haven't bought a loaf of bread in I don't know, like 4 months now. And I have, it's insane. Like, I haven't bought pizza for a long time either. Like, I don't remember when the last time I actually ordered pizza, because I prefer to make it from scratch. Number 26. I installed DIY micro locks. I used to love watching YouTube videos about hair, new wig, new crochet this, new style that. I would go on to Clore 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the weekend, trying a hairstyle out, doesn't look good, taking it out. I would spend hundreds of dollars. I haven't been into Clore to buy myself anything in over a year. I invested in the extensions, and now they're in these extensions. I installed the micro locks. In about a year, I'm probably going to cut them off, because I hope in about a year my lock will actually be a lot longer than like the length that I want it to be. Number 27. I learned to fix things. Okay? Basically, I Googled it, and then I saw YouTube videos about how to fix a clogged vacuum cleaner or my Garmin watch. My Garmin watch just stopped working one day, and I was like, oop, whoop-de-doopy. I think it's about time to upgrade. No. I Googled it. I stumbled upon a Reddit thread, and I fixed it. That was like a $300 watch. I was going to just throw it away. Anyway, number 28. I picked up new free-ish hobbies. I say ish because I invested in a sewing machine that was about $100. It's something that I've always wanted to do, but now I actually am learning how to sew using YouTube University. I read now. I enjoy reading a good book. I'm into gardening now. Yes, it's a little bit of an investment. You have to spend some money on some of the gardening stuff. You got to keep yourself busy. You don't want to be idle, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to scroll and you're going to buy stuff. Pick up new hobbies. Number 29, to kind of go with the previous one. Because I'm so busy doing all that other stuff and paying off debt, I stopped watching reality TV shows. Especially TV shows like Real Housewives of Atlanta and of Beverly Hills. Those shows are fostering the mindset of consumerism. Those shows are freaking based. These women are just making fun of each other for not having money or having a white refrigerator. Like, goddamn, I have a white refrigerator. Actually, choose a non-aesthetic lifestyle. Who cares about aesthetic You're going to have to pay aesthetic money to have the, like, focus on function instead of looks. That white refrigerator thing. I'm a romantic. I've always been one. So I always had this mindset of, oh, I'm just gonna end up marrying a guy that's gonna come rescue me. He's gonna have all his shit together, and therefore he's gonna pay off my debt. Don't do that. You're just setting yourself up for failure. And in that way too, if he knows you're depending on him, he might use that to try to control you. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So yeah, please do it for yourself and your kids. And if you do end up having somebody in your life that can do that for you, start off your life with no debt, so you guys can actually build wealth, you know, and you can have the freedom to just walk away if you need to. And the final thing that I did, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I changed my mindset. I used to say shit like YOLO, tap, and shit like, oh, what's another $100 when you have like $40,000 in debt? Well, you're gonna get to $50,000 in debt if you keep just tapping away. I stopped saying stuff like that. So these are about, I think it was 32 random things, strategies, tips and tricks that I did that helped me in my debt-free journey, getting out of $48,000. Wow, $59.59. I cannot believe I did it. I started my journey in, I would say April. I used the date April 1st, 2024 as the beginning of my journey, and the end of my journey is August 21st, 2025. That's the day when I paid off my debt. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, put in the comments there like random things that you did that helped you or that's helping you in your journey, and subscribe. Thanks, man.